Alright, so you've probably seen those classic scenes in movies or TV shows. A nervous suspect hooked up to a tangle of wires, sweat beading on their forehead as the polygraph needle jumps and scribbles across the paper. The tension in the room is almost palpable, and everyone's waiting for the big reveal. Is the suspect telling the truth or hiding something? But let's get real for a second. Can a lie detector test actually harm you? Is there any real danger in sitting down for one of these tests? Or is it all just movie drama? The answer might surprise you because it's not as simple as you might think. First off, let's break down what a polygraph actually does, beyond the Hollywood hype. Contrary to popular belief, it's not some mind-reading device or a magical truth detector that can see into your soul. What it really does is monitor your body's physical reactions. Things like your heart rate, blood pressure, how fast you're breathing, and even how much your palms sweat. The theory is that if you're lying, your body will betray you, your pulse might quicken, your hands might get clammy, and your breathing could become shallow or erratic. Now let's clear up a common misconception. The test itself isn't physically painful. There's no shocking, zapping, or needles involved, just a few sensors gently strapped onto your body. From a physical standpoint, you're completely safe during the procedure. But here's where things start to get a bit more complicated and honestly, a little tricky. The real risks of a polygraph test aren't about the machine itself, they're about what happens inside your mind while you're taking it. Imagine being in a small room under bright lights with an examiner firing off questions, all while knowing that every tiny movement, every bead of sweat, and every shaky breath is being recorded and analyzed. Even if you're telling the absolute truth, the pressure and intensity of the situation can make your heart pound and your nerves fray. For some people, this stress can be overwhelming. It's not uncommon to experience extreme anxiety, intense stress, or even panic attacks during a polygraph test, especially if you're already prone to nervousness. And if you have a pre-existing heart condition, high blood pressure, or an anxiety disorder, the added stress could potentially trigger real health problems, sometimes even requiring medical attention. On top of that, it's important to remember that polygraphs aren't foolproof. Experts agree that these tests can be tricked, and sometimes they make mistakes, labeling honest people as liars or letting the guilty slip through. Being falsely accused or misjudged by a polygraph can have serious consequences. It can damage your reputation, affect your relationships, and take a toll on your mental health, leaving you anxious or distrustful long after the test is over. And here's another thing. There's no special training or preparation required to take a polygraph, but sometimes people are pressured into taking them for jobs, security clearances, or even legal cases. That kind of pressure can be intense and very real. So, can a lie detector harm you? Physically, it's highly unlikely, unless your nerves spiral out of control and you let the stress get the better of you. But the real danger is psychological. The anxiety, the stress, and the fear of being misunderstood or misjudged can linger, sometimes for days or even weeks after the test. For some, the experience can be so unsettling that it affects their confidence, their trust in others, and even their willingness to participate in future interviews or investigations. If you ever find yourself facing a polygraph, remember this. It's just a machine measuring your body's stress responses, not a magical device that can read your thoughts or determine your character. The best thing you can do is stay calm, take slow, deep breaths, and remind yourself that the wires and sensors are just tools, not something to be afraid of. And if at any point you feel overwhelmed or uncomfortable, don't hesitate to speak up and ask for a break. Your well-being is important, and you have the right to take care of yourself. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new or found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more surprising facts and insights. Stay curious, look after your mental health, and remember, sometimes the scariest part of a polygraph test is just the fear itself. Take care of yourself.